Hey, Facebook.
Hey.
It's Ann and Bill with Thursday Tea Time. Back to Thursday. Doesn't that feel great? So, a couple things before we get started. It's the second week of February, so we'll be talking about some land updates, I guess. But before we do that, I do want to ask a favor. If we can get that favor, um, that would be great. The first thing is up in the top corner here, you'll see the QR code. Um, as most of you know, we moved from Colorado to North Carolina, trying to establish ourselves here. And one of the best things that we could ask for is a 5-star Google review. So if you take your phone and scan that QR code up in the top left corner, uh, you can go to our Google page and write us a 5-star Google review, and it would help us a lot. We would really appreciate that. And then next, we excuse me, we on our web page we have a place where you can go and sign up for weekly deals. This time of year, between January and April, is called wave season. So there's going to be a bunch of flash sales. So sales that only last 2, 3 days, and then boom, they're gone. So if you scan that code, it will send you to our website where you can enter your information and sign up for the weekly deal or the luxury deal or both. So we would appreciate that. And if you miss it now, you can always just rewind this and watch it again. All right. So let's get on to our topic.
Land.
Land. That's right. So a lot of people, when they think land, they usually think either what we call fit foreign individual travel. That's where you just pick a bunch of hotels and a bunch of excursions and trains and cars, and you put it all together and you kind of do it on your own independently. Um, or escorted tours, where it's a nice package, got a set itinerary, and you kind of just plug yourself into it and you enjoy whatever they show you. Both of those are good. For us, the fit travel tends to be more expensive and more complicated. So you got to know what you're getting into when you do those. But both of those are good. I mean, we've done both, and they've worked out great. Um, but then there's all inclusives. And most people, when they hear all inclusive, they go, what is that? Kind of never really dove into what that's all about. They've heard of Sandals, which is like the premier all inclusives. Probably heard of Club Med. They were like the people that got that ball rolling in Europe. Um, and then, you know, Mexico and the Caribbean is kind of where most of your all inclusives are. There's spatterings across the world, but that's where most of them are. And the ones in the United States, they're kind of a la carte, even though they say they have an all inclusive feature to them, like Disney. You can go to Disney and buy a meal package and buy a drink package and and add it on to it. It's not really true all inclusive. It could be turned into all inclusive.
Yes.
So, what we want to talk about today is some news about all inclusives. And to kind of paint a picture, you remember back probably about 6 years ago, 7 years ago now, I guess, we went to, an all inclusive, walked down the pier, and we were taking pictures because there was all these birds around there. Remember what those birds were?
Yeah, it was a sandpiper.
Sandpipers. So there's a resort, used to be a Club Meta resort called Sandpiper.
And where is that?
And it's down in Florida. And it was all inclusive. It was really one of the only ones in the United States that was all inclusive. Fairly easy to get to from Orlando or Fort Lauderdale. A little bit of a drive, about 2 hours or so, but it's doable. It can be done. But anyway, it's kind of tucked into kind of the Cape Canaveral.
It's Port Lucie, isn't it?
It's St. Lucie, St. Lucie,
Lucie, yeah.
and it's south of Port Canaveral and north of Fort Lauderdale. It's about halfway in between. But it's a really nice place. Got a nice marina there. It's super quiet. It's in a like an upscale neighborhood. Like you wouldn't even know there was a resort there because you drive through. Remember that
Yeah.
driving through the. So anyway, we went there and stayed there when it was owned by Club Med to see what it was all about. People were inquiring about it. You don't need a passport. It's a fairly inexpensive flight. You could drive there if you needed to. So all those things, people were interested. So we went to check it out and stay there for a week with my sister and my mom, and it was nice. All your food is all your drinks are included. There's
Activities,
3 or 4 different
shows.
places where you can eat. There's some shows that you could go to. There was a ton of tennis courts, basketball courts, a huge soccer field. I mean, it was nice, but it was also a little bit run down,
Well,
and
it just needed some help.
yeah, it needed some attention.
And they did it.
And so about 3 years ago, they closed it and put it up for sale. And what we want to talk about today is the people that bought that and what they did to it, and let you know it's now open for booking. And you first day that you can stay there is January 30th. So that's coming up really, really soon. The property name is VOCO, um, Sandpiper All Inclusive, Sandpiper Bay All Inclusive. So it's owned by a company called IHG. IHG is International Hotel Group. They got the Crown Plazas, they got Ibistar, they've got Holiday Inn Express. Can you think of any other ones? Um, Intercontinental. So they got a wide range of um, entry level hotels, economy uh, type hotels, all the way up to 5-star luxury. Now, this is going to be on the higher side of that. You're probably looking at somewhere between 3 and 6, depending on the season per night. But it is all inclusive. You get your shows, you get all your water activities, you have access to all the sporting stuff. They do stuff during the day where they have activities where you can partake. They've got 2 really great pools. They have an infinity pool that they just did. I mean, they spent 150 no
It was
50
million.
million dollars renovating that property.
It
It's
looks
got
nice.
what 335 rooms.
Yeah.
What did you remember about that place that would say, "Hey, yeah, I would go back there"?
Well, I thought the location and being in America, I mean, that's what we want sometimes, not to leave our own country. And I think of that I not only for myself because we go to Florida and I look forward to going there just to check it out, but I think of other people in the United States that probably would like to go too.
Yeah, people that don't have passports,
Don't want passports.
people that
wanna
don't
leave.
want the super long flight.
Yeah,
Yeah, all those things.
those kind of things. I can't,
Everyone speaking English.
I can't compare
Yeah, you don't have to
this
learn
one
another
to
language.
the other one. It was a different company and it was a change needed to be, and so I look forward to this new one.
Oh yeah, IHG. They've been around a long, long time. So this VOCO is kind of their European brand, and they brought it in to bring in the all inclusive. So yeah, I
But
look
you
forward
asked
to
me
it.
about the all inclusive. What I liked about it is when you go there, it's carefree. Your food, your drinks, like you said, all of
Kind
that's
of
a
makes you
part
feel
of it.
sort of special.
Special. You're taken care of. It
Yeah.
really is. I mean, you can even go even extra special and go to the spa, and they usually have a little shop that you can shop at. I mean, that's what they do. But I think it's a great idea for the United States to have an all inclusive.
Yeah, and that includes your meals, your drinks, your
Yeah,
entertainment.
and entertainment and
Um,
pools. They have a couple pools. That, it comes with pools. They have
Remember
bars
they had
and
that big old gazebo with all the tables under it and a little bar right there. That was a
yeah.
nice place to hang out.
But I'm sure it's
So,
changed.
oh,
Did
I'm
you see
sure
the
they
pictures?
have.
I looked at
Yeah,
the pictures.
I
I
looked at
just
all
like,
the pictures.
oh my, it
Yeah,
looks
they
really nice.
upgraded that a lot.
So it's gonna look different than when we were there. Yes, I'm
But
glad it does.
when I looked at the website, one of the things they were talking about, what I thought was a great idea, is the sports teams. Just to get out of the day-to-day routine, they go down there and they can set up volleyball, they can set up soccer, they can set up
They do
football,
pickleball too.
they do pickleball, they do tennis. So if you had a sporting team, golf team, there's golf courses all over that they can arrange to do some tournaments,
Yeah,
pickleball, like you said.
but
you
I like
know
that
that
about
property is really good for that. I mean, they
yeah.
got, I don't know how many tennis courts, but there was a lot of tennis courts, and I looked at the new one; they're still all there.
And I think it's a great opportunity even for a wedding venue.
Yeah,
They
it's a
have that
nice.
there. They have family reunions could go there. I mean, just any type of group of people. Birthdays, milestone birthdays. It's a great way to celebrate. But I'm
corporate
thinking of
corporate holiday,
yeah. But I was
party.
the wedding. I think that's a nice idea too, because sometimes the food and all that adds up, and here it
Yeah,
is all taken care of for you, and you can have fun with everybody.
and you don't have to pick from chicken, beef, or fish.
Yeah.
You have different
It's
restaurants that you can
yeah,
go to,
yeah.
and you have a full menu that you can pick from, which is, yeah, I agree, that's a good idea.
Majority of they'll have a restaurant. We have like American food, or this one happens to have a restaurant that has international food. It's more set up for like a buffet, but they have the smaller venues. They have a cafe that's kind of like Starbucks, with the
Hmm.
specialty coffees and that, and the little pastries and stuff, and morning snacks. They have different. They have a couple of those venues around that have the grab and go kind of food, but they do have the one bigger one that you can sit down and enjoy. So, I mean, but they have like 3 bars, I think, too.
Yeah, they
It's
got several
good.
bars,
So
several
it'll accommodate
restaurants.
a lot of people
Yeah.
hanging around and relaxing and enjoying the sun and fun.
And currently, it's pretty unknown.
Right.
So,
We
know.
want you to help advertise
Yeah,
it. Go there. We will.
you might
Come
have the
join us.
place to yourself. Who knows? But
Oh, I bet
yeah,
people are.
it won't take long. People will find that.
Yeah, it'll be a word of the
But
mouth.
it is in a nice, quiet area. It's
It
got that
is.
marina right there,
Uh-huh.
and the big cranes and sandpipers and pelicans, and that kind of stuff are down there too.
I'm sure
It's a nice area.
there's a marina there, so I don't know if they have like pontoon boats or that you can rent and go out for the day. Anything with a motor like that you would have to pay for, but you could call that fun, an
Oh yeah,
excursion.
I mean that's a big fishing area too. So
Yeah,
deep sea fishing
it's on the
is
river.
very close by. This is this property is on the river, not the
Yeah,
ocean.
it's not the ocean; it's a river, so
But
it's calm.
it's pretty close
And
to
relaxing.
to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So it's probably 2 hours from Disney.
It's a little less than 2 hours from Orlando, and
Yeah.
if Palm Beach, people hear about that, and it's less than an hour from there, north of it.
Yeah.
So it's drivable. It's easy to get there. You don't have but
Yeah, you could fly into Orlando or Fort Lauderdale, rent a car, see some places, unwind.
they have other
Um,
airports at
but
smaller towns, but it might cost you a
yeah,
little more.
you got Palm Beach
Yeah.
and you've got Melbourne
Yeah.
that are both closer, but they're small.
Yeah.
Small airports.
And who knows? But you would want to rent a car because even though you're staying there, it's so close to other activities in the local area. So you can make it a fun trip of it. Oh.
So again, we encourage you to please go back and there's the QR code for Google reviews. Love a 5-star Google review. It'll help us with our marketing here in North Carolina. And then also sign up for our deals. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on Facebook. So anything else?
I think that's it. I love to see y'all next week.
Yeah. Well, what's next week?
Hello's a surprise.
I think it's the latest, greatest in what's going on with
Travel room?
cruising.
Cruising. Oh,
Cruising
there
deals.
is. I read some stuff this morning. I'm so excited. So, but that's not about today.
No, that's next week. So until the next time,
Travel well.
travel often.
Travel with ABC. I was wondering if you can leave the codes up.
No, we'll take them down. They can scroll back. Okay, let's do that again. Travel well,
Travel often.
travel with WC. Till the next time, take care, guys.
All right. Bye bye.